Welcome back here. Looking to see if Loud can bounce back here for their opening game of 2026. And of course, plenty more opportunities even if they do end up going out here. We've got this new and interesting format. I love it personally. Triple elimination, tournaments all year round. Let's do it. Yeah. No more group stages. Are you for it?
I'd be down, but I think, let's take a look at this. Yeah. Agent Select, I've had a sneak peek, look at that.
Okay.
The Pancada Harbor coming out here.
All right, man.
Did you think anyone was going to be playing New Harbor? I did not.
I did not.
I'll be honest with you.
If there was one map to make it work, though, I think it would be Abyss.
Well, people were playing it here on Abyss, but the Cascades were really crucial.
They're pretty massive, honestly,
and
yeah.
Now they're gone.
Towards mid, they are gone. It was one of the best parts of Harbor's kit, so I think most people across the board, at least the consensus in pro play, is that he's a little bit worse off, you know, even though it feels like they've upgraded a lot of his kit.
But at the same time, Loud are coming out and playing him as part of a double smokes comp, obviously. Yeah. I mean, that's how Harbor's always been played, but let's see what ideas they've got. I would imagine that a lot of this is to do with the plant and, you know, being able to get off good diffuses, being able to get off good post-plant scenarios as well. Both teams opting into playing one of those contact sentinels as well. Sure. The Chamber for Luke Show. He's phenomenally mechanically talented, so I could see that being an amazing pick for Loud. And on the other side, Penny with the Veto.
The Veto.
And this is by far the most popular map for running Veto. We actually saw Bao play a really nice Veto in the previous match as well for EG. I think it's got legs here. It definitely does. And the Breach also is something that Fnatic, I would say, popularized, and quite a few teams have picked up on this map. That also gives you some nasty B execs.
Had some buffs. Heading into this patch here, run him down, Oxy. It's what he was doing towards the tail end of Haven, but let's see as we are gearing up to get into Abyss. Map number 2 between these two teams. Loud not looking to go out that upper bracket nice and early here. They want to put up a fight. They want to take us to map 3.
I'm enthralled with this Pancada pick. I don't know exactly what he's going to be going for, but I've got to imagine it's stuff that is similar to old Harbor theory.
Yeah.
A high tide to cover off Heaven and back A.
Early shock dart, nice bit of chip damage. Slow going though.
Triple push down mid for C9. Clearing this out on a timing sets them up really nicely for an A retake here.
Pretty perfect with the wall.
Zeppelin denied plan for a long time by throwing out, you know, a shock and a recon and a drone. They've smoked off this trip, and I don't think anyone from Loud can hear that.
No one can at all. And this could be deadly. Backstab laying in wait. Kawazine looking to see if he can reinforce it, but overwhelmed. That is way too many players to contest with. Instant with the call out though, and it's just flipped him on its head. Loud have no chances. No time to react here, but still Darker will do his best and more.
Oh, that's an astonishing 3K. He got a 3K like that on Haven in the post plant on C as well. But this one even nicer. Everything was working there for C9. Overwhelmed Cowanzi. Credit to Pancada though as well, getting 2 with the ghost from this spot. Does end up dying to the aftershock, but he set up Darker.
That's unbelievable.
Something that was possible, but man, how did he get that?
In that position, you spot 3 players on the flank, there's no time to react. They can't push backside, claim a bit of space. In a moment's notice, the Loud players that were asked to step up. Darker delivers alongside Pancada.
There's a trap here, fault line, and Oxy zipping over the top. Oh, they decided not to go for that light speed.
Hold on, Hinder into the corner. That's the spike drop down. Hold on. You're going to try and push these players back now. Weaponry advantage is there, but this is messy stuff still. The bodies line up, and they all come toppling down.
It's a lot of damage done, and it did look very scary, but Loud mop it up. It's going to hurt their economy a little. I think C9 could be fairly happy about that one, because it also conditions Loud to just be afraid of A main.
Yeah.
Because you could run into that kind of trap play again. I think both teams will be fairly content with how that one went. Relief, though, on the side of Loud that they got away with that.
Very easily gone differently. Looking ahead, though, to round 3. Slow takeover towards A main.
High-low setup in front of a recall smoke.
Yeah.
Really common, that attack recall smoke, in order to threaten like you've got somebody on the other angle.
See it now. It's a stun. A good fault line. Connects onto it. There's that defense though. Instant swing. Darker.
I mean, Darker was
a ghost.
Yeah, Darker was playing anti-stun, but he had a weird weapon to be going for that. Thankfully hit the headshot though and scared Oxy off. He can shoot, this new guy.
Yeah, dissuading that push.
And now mid's a little bit of a gap because C9 have committed 3 players over towards A early. And the trip from Penny on B.
Luxio's been given an avenue. Double smoke up through here. Headhunter bullet in the back pocket in case he needs it. This is being watched for. Zelsis, though, his attention is turned, directed over towards the side. That's where the brunt of the aggression is coming through now. TP forwards again. But this is fixed. Looking to see if he can really just shut this one down. I mean, he dominates the smoke, returns the fire straight back around, hearing that one, but Luxio, potential to get activated, shut down anyway. Oxy was quick on it. There with a trade off angle of Vic still.
Spike down A.
Worse for the wear, but alive nevertheless. And his team rapidly reinforcing over towards A when they hear that spike drop down. Pancada knows he has no chances here, just needs to keep the gun.
10 seconds left.
What a round from Vic. What a hero player for C9. And a good read on how Loud are going to want to run their exec. Pancada just lets the time expire. Presumably going to look to hold on to the gun as well.
Do some damage. Go for it though.
So Loud's composition, because they have that Yoru, is almost always going to want to TP through the smoke, right? And so Vic can just stay in here and wait for the second player in, and then swings back around and knows to isolate Verdi. Verdi's then taking a 2v1. Loud are really going to have to be cautious about how they clear that smoke in the future. Luxio on the attack side, picking up the operator, holding bit more of a passive play over towards B. This round, in theory, should be a little slower, I suppose, looking at Luxio's positioning. I don't think Penny's going to give him anything here. Not unless the trip gets broken. Mid is a bit of a weakness for the way that C9 are playing things. There's a lot of responsibility on Zeppa, but Loud haven't really figured that out yet.
Verdi getting ready to pounce. There's nothing really being pulled out of Cloud9 at this moment. The mid-round drone going to be used to see if he can scout out. Zeppa's just looking to see if he can paint a clearer picture for his team. They're still holding their ground on either side.
Yeah, I mean, C9 are waiting for the exec, and Loud are waiting for that fault line repush into A main.
Oh, see, there it is. Hold on, fight. It's explosive. Before you barely know what's going on.
Walking into a high-low there is always going to favor C9 to get one. And Luxio has just not been offered anything over towards B.
No.
He needs a teammate to break this trip so that he can hold the angle. This is really difficult to do on your own.
As soon as he gets activated, there's going to be the swing from Penny. You might even see
30
it.
seconds left.
Potential's there. Oh, he's just landed it still.
Well, what a read.
Trip. It's going to be going off here. There's a chance to really enter your way back in. Up through mid. There's also lurks occurring. There's a chance here for Loud. Plant down. Cosmic Divide. Gives him that peace of mind. Pancada as well. He's holding back the Horde. He's looking to see if he can do it all himself. But that blind, that flash in his face. Zelsis chomping at the bit to get a hold of that kill. Pancada cleared up. No more question marks. It's a 2v3. Cloud9 surely favored. Loud are the ones that need to step up in a spot like this, and a Cosmic Divide of their own. Another blind, perfect as it is. Blind as anything. Kawazine cleaned up and traded. And towards the back of the side, Darker's got to do it all, but there's nowhere to run from that ultimate. Not whatsoever. The Rolling Thunder will catch and claim him.
The breach util has been lovely so far from Zelsis. Put him in more of these supportive positions and the impact that he has. He is wonderful. Luxio there getting picked off right before the Cosmic Divide came through those. A bit brutal for Loud. But I mean, every flash has been perfect as well from Zelsis. The flashes, the stuns, the ult towards the end there was a great investment too. And Oxy gets an op online, so now the defensive positions can shift pretty radically. And this is one of those options where Penny's probably going to set up for Oxy. So now that Oxy holds the B line, Penny gets to throw an interceptor for him and then basically just play the other side of the map.
Yeah.
And he's got those rotates set up so he can play in mid and get out very easily. So now mid, which was a weakness for C9, has been pretty heavily reinforced because they can just leave B to Oxy. And what a time to reinforce mid, because on the eco, Loud are headed in that direction.
just trying to default into taking a bit of map control when they've got these weaker guns.
That's very early to escape.
Yeah, just crossed it up here. Perhaps the smoke's in his face.
I would have expected Penny to stick around and try to get one and then get out.
Still looking. Penny off angle. Looking to just hold this one back. Verdi's making a whole lot of noise and ruckus for Penny. He knows that mid is compromised. It's going to be communicated, at least from him.
Pancada is trying to bait Luke Show, and Penny is so aware.
He's locked on that angle. Not letting anything get past him here. You do not want to be stepping into this one. Vic is trying to create a gulag of his own there, straight into that smoke, but dropped off anyway. Quick sheriff shot to the head. The judge is no more, but Zephyr forwards, revealed! Spray control is connecting the dots!
God, that's a bold play for Zephyr on an anti-eco to step forwards. There is time for that reveal to travel towards you, but he was in there, caught out in the open. Could have very easily been punished, needed a friend. But cleaned things up. And now Penny gets the operator. So previously, it was Oxy opping. Now Penny's picked it up and headed over towards A, which implies to me like Oxy wants to push, right?
That looks like a very aggro play.
You're expecting him potentially to be full pushing out through B here and just going for the info.
Supported by both initiators while he's at it. Fault line double dash, but no one is home.
And no one heard it. You know, Loud doesn't know that Cloud9 have full pushed out B here because they weren't running a default at the start of the round.
Might have seen the deep dart to give it away, but that's going to be dimensional drift anyway. Verdi trying to gain some of that ground. Luke Show locked onto one of the angles here. Vic is just trying to lie in wait, but spotted out. Pinged. Just trying to hold on towards the back of that side. It's pretty essential here for the Cloud9 game plan. Spam goes both ways though. Makes it hurt here for Verdi.
Recovering it.
Stars drop down. It's going to be tough in the retake, especially when Kawazine is working with that ultimate. Oxy threatening. He could be onto the flank there, making a lot of noise in the process.
I think Packard has heard that he's gone back to the rest of the team.
And now that's that Hunter's Theory as well. See when that hit is just attempting to come through. Vic had nowhere to really run from that spot. It's a good proactive ult. Dark is still holding it all down towards the back of the site. Celsius and Oxy now left in a 2v3, but already the positioning's the rolling retreat. Loud back safely entrenched. Hold on, that stun could have been everything. Luke Show just covers them all. Headhunter in his hands. It's a three-piece in a round for him.
A nice showcase of the mechanics there towards the end from Loud. And it was the up-v-up battle that he won early on. Look at that with the recall smoke too. Great little setup from the team. This round you got to see some value maybe from the Harbor too. I mean, threw out the ultimate, cleared out towards Heaven. Can't say the Harbor looks like it's making the difference though.
Yeah.
Much more coming out from Luke Show individually in that round, and Darker with his 3K earlier on for the pistol.
Potential here, what's going on? That dash primed, Oxy sees it, it's going for the hinder. What a shot by Pancada!
You have to hit him before he goes through the refract, right? Otherwise, he's just lobbed a slow orb straight into your lap.
Yeah.
But it's very all in there for Oxy. He's got to rely on his movement to bail him out.
That is crazy by Pancada. I mean, that entire play, Oxy is a heat-seeking missile. He's just seeing if he can hinder one target, get some value from a Hunter Fury play, but...
I'd love to see the replay of that. Yeah. I mean, how nasty was that shot that Pancada hit?
Shut down. Interceptor here, so that drone is no more. Obliterated. Penny looking to hold this one down, but that C's tripped and triggered over there by the clone. Goal achieved. A main control still maintained here by Loud, and they're going into phase 2 of it, but bodies are home. Cloud9 never really gave this one up. Vic, tucked tight, close quarters is where he really thrives, especially with a supplementary util. It's that long-range fault line. Zeltsis was not going to leave him high and dry. Just like that now, 2v3, Loud are placed in once more.
30 seconds left.
They have smokes, they have guns, they have possibilities here, but a hand is revealed. 20 seconds left to do it.
And the spike is just out in the open.
Yeah. Really difficult position to be in. Celsius contact court. There's a swing. Penny and Zephyr combine their might. They get that one round lead so far. This tightly contested so far on Abyss between these two teams.
Well, this is how it went on Haven, wasn't it? A little more streaky, but when C9 were on the defense side, it was close. It was back and forth. Oh, here it is from Pancada's POV.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't hit the crazy shot in midair, but he's got a really nice prediction on where Roxy's going to land on the floor. The real thing that destroys this round, though, from Loud, is that they didn't sell the fake properly on the B side.
No.
I mean, Penny just realized instantly that it was not real pressure whatsoever. The drone gets broken, and then he sees a Yoru clone come in, and he's like, all right, guys, this is not real.
Yeah.
This is very clearly a fake. You can keep 3 stacked on A. And that information is all that C9 needed to be able to win the round.
Yeah, and I'll have to correct myself as well. I mean, I said it was tightly contested. It is in terms of the score, right? Just one round is all that Loud are trailing by. But really, if you look at the timeline, it's been Cloud9 in control.
I also think
round 2 for Loud.
I think Cloud9 played the macro of the pistol actually better than Loud did as well. But Darker's 3K was fabulous to be able to deliver it for them. So I think Loud are struggling a little bit, yeah, in terms of finding that, finding the weaker site, navigating all of the traps that are around the map for C9. Because C9 are doing some interesting stuff, mixing the operator up. Sometimes Oxy has it, sometimes Penny has it. You don't necessarily know, is it with the aggression? Is Oxy going to be pushing out and you're running into the op on the other side of the map? Are you going to be running into a fault line? Like, I think this is a really well-constructed defense side for C9. Lots of layers.
Yeah, clear levels to it.
And in theory, this should be the weaker side of the map, the defense side on Abyss. That's how it's historically gone, although, you know, we watched a 10-2 half earlier on in the first game of Kickoff.
Oh, yeah. Evolution is pulled out. Yeah, the Evolution as well. Penny looking to just disrespect Util that comes his way. That is a crazy smoke with the angle, but it's almost like Verdi does expect it. Stun popped off. There's a connection. Darker was just left high and dry. Kawazine looking to reclaim some of that space, and he wrangles control, at least with the Stinger in hand, but Penny is still another layer of defense alongside Zephyr. And there it is. Just muscle memory kicking in. Didn't need to dodge the flash there. Swings into them anyway. Funny to see it.
That's such a funny clip, because I don't think he full turns the flash either, does he? Like, but the muscle memory kicks in early on, and he has to consciously work against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, if you're unfamiliar with Veto, the ultimate makes you immune to all types of utility. So not hit by a fault line, not hit by a flash.
Disrespecting it.
Constantly healed back up to 100 HP as well. It is a really good ult. Gives you some phenomenal value. Operator in the hands of Vic.
Okay.
This is getting passed around like a secret Santa.
Yeah. Family heirloom. Fault line, another play to be made here. Hello. There it is. Divergent pass. Seeing if they can really get a move on. Oh, those players weren't quite caught. Exchange the weaponry. It's a 1-for-1, and I think Cloud9 are going to be happy that they really even just got that.
Luxio droned out of mid as well. Luxio can get active on these really aggressive lurk timings, and that was a win condition for Loud all last year. Get this guy, who last year was in his rookie year, into spots where he can take 1v1s. Cloud9 have to be aware of that. It's Zeppa's job to keep him back. And this, Penny can play for one and teleport out, but he loses.
That's a bad fight to be taken there. Zephyr is fast with the trade. Cosmic Divide. He's worried about that mid control. It was compromised to the middle section of this round, so he does have to clear it. Open side though for Loud now, 3v3. Best position they've been placed in a long while.
It definitely is, but it's not the world's greatest plant. You know, it's not super open. Luxio forced to play pretty aggro here. Are you fairly happy with that as Chamber?
Yeah, very aggro. Just within range of the TP here. Fault line online. No connection though. Hold on, just the threat of these players swinging. That's a respectful TP. Out towards the back. Pancada spotted. 2 bullets to the dome. Luxio left into the 1v1. It's all on his shoulders. What a delivery.
God, he's good. And Loud need him. Picks up the op towards the end as well. That's a pre-fire towards the end onto Oxy. Shutting down the player that was running him over on Haven. Whiffed a little bit on the first one when he was positioned towards Rafters, forced to take the teleport, but wins the 1v3. Spectacular round from Luxio.
Vamos, Luca!
Well, that stage 1 performance was not a flash in the pan from 2025. This guy is for real.
Sharp shooter. Oxy. Go around and bullet to the chest for Verti. He's no more.
He will not have been expecting that.
No.
I mean, the op has not been the one pushing. They've been trading this op around from player to player, but Oxy's been pushing with a rifle, never with the op.
Cloud9 has been their entire game plan so far this entire series, is what it feels like.
Yeah, just mix it up.
The unexpected. Aggro pushes.
Luxio did get value in one of these rounds using a recall smoke to set himself up on an angle, win an op fight, and Oxy's coming, rotating over to A. Luxio might have an opportunity to take a fight like that again. Mid is being held quite passively, and Luxio does fall, loses the op 1v1 this time.
It's a big pick-off. That could have been a backup option to drift back into the A hit with Luxio inserted over towards A main. Now your options are running a bit dry. Locked out of B. 40 seconds left roughly to work with here, but this is all thoroughly locked down. Celsius taking contact. Smoke dissipates. Position's noted as an awkward place to be taking a fight, but Penny on the off angle. It's a bullet to the chest. Slowed down. Kawazine just locks in.
Celsius just has to play to survive here. Try to tie them up for as long as possible.
If he even can. His position again noted. Playing around their own wall. There's time running short here. Loud have got to try and get this plan down safely, but Celsius is like a fox in the pen right now. This guy, he's hounding them still. Shut down. Kawazine, make sure to get a handle onto it. Threaded his flank coming through. Kawazine is doing a ton of damage before eventually taken out. Brings it to the 2v2. Oxy and Vic, another ult online. Orbitus, at least that Cosmic Divide. Enough to split it up. Double-faced. Pancada drifting in and out, dancing around the bullets.
That's
lights them up.
Really good coordination there towards the end from Pancada and Darker. As the ult comes through from Vic, Pancada realizes that he's stuck on the other side of it. They immediately throw a recall smoke and double swing behind it.
That is crazy.
They're following up off the Astra utility really nicely, and Kawazine has had a hero round as well. Keeping things level at 5-5. You might have called it a bit too early, saying that it was close fought over half, but it's definitely played out that way.
It's shaking up now, isn't it? Hello. Okay, Rolling Thunder is primed. Ready to be let loose off of Vic's contact, it looks like, but no one's really home. Loud aren't poking, prodding over towards that section. Instead, it's mid.
What is this setup over towards B? I mean, I'm taking a look at this trap play.
Yeah, it's Vic's contact, Rolling Thunder.
Yeah.
It's bizarre stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that is... I've never seen this before.
Spike was just dropped down, making all the noise in the world in mid. Zephyr, knowing that mid's compromised, he's missed the window. Luxio's straight past it. He's just seen the leg, though. Dart, it's going to be used here. Looking to claim that fight, but he doesn't know. Not a clue at all. Luxio is inserted, and look at this guy now. Backstabbing him, rifle in hand, just poking out towards the side. This is chaos and anarchy. It's Cloud9 losing control and sight of where this round was going.
But at the same time, they are never going to expect that Celsius is at cliff. I mean, is this guy going to be able to do anything?
Can you even do anything from this spot? I mean, listen, Verti's low, drop down, it's damage done. He's only got the Bulldog, though, and what do you do from this spot? Fault line, potentially reinserting himself, but it's all cleaned up in the end. Loud, ready for it. Now they're the ones taking control, taking the lead here in this half.
I think Pancada's figured out that mid is a big weakness in a lot of the setups that C9 are running. Not every time, but often it is just Zephyr being asked to do everything in mid. Gather information, repush, keep players back. And they're kind of relying on the fact that Loud don't want to go into that area too much, but this is a clear area to try to exploit and get up to a 7-5 half. C9 putting a couple more resources there this time. Celsius and Oxy playing.
That's round 12. Final round of this half here. The war chest is filled to the brim for Loud as well. Looking at those ultimates here. Dimensional Drift can be used to clear a path. Safe passage in, perhaps, but that's a reveal into the back. Hunter's Fury, making it awkward. Vic couldn't sit still. Luxio was able to claim all that space off the back of it here. You do not want to push through your own high tide, I'll tell you that much. Slowed down, Oxy was watching it.
Harbor ult just to be able to take heaven control.
Reckoning pushing him away. There's a lot of ults expended, and Cloud9 are still weathering this storm. And Hunter's Fury of their own was lying in wait. Rolling Thunder! Luxio! And Pancada, what is all that? In the midst of all of it, man. It's like Clay Pigeon shooting Zephyr. Running rings around him, hopping around. But listen, it was complete control for Loud. 7-5 is the finish for this first half of Abyss.
Great work with 4 in a row there towards the end from Loud. Good adaptations and a massive ult round towards the end. Luxio and Darker, the newest players to the roster, you would say, like in terms of big rookie last year for Luxio, rookie this year for Darker, are playing phenomenally.
Absolutely. It's an absolutely insane start for them. We'll see if Loud can keep it going and bring us to that map 3. Loud showing up here. It is their map pick, of course, so we were expecting big things. And a 2-round lead, it doesn't seem much in the grand scheme of things, but pistol round win, carrying it forwards, a lot of momentum that can set you straight to a map 3 that they're looking for.
Romanelli, the Loud coach, was saying it would be nice to win, you know, a pistol round after losing both on Haven. Well, they got the pistol, set them off fairly nicely in the first half, and now potential to, as you said, move a little further into the lead if they can grab both of them here on their map pick of Abyss. And when you've got somebody shooting as well as Luxio is, yeah, why not? Throw a couple of headhunter bullets into the pistol round by, and he's going to be a menace to get rid of. We just saw him have an electric 15-kill performance on the attack half. And he's playing Chamber.
Playing Chamber, yeah. I mean, listen, shooting essentially is what he does. So we're entering some sort of meta game where Chamber is getting played a little bit more. Keep your eyes on Luxio here, but strong start to the pistol round. Round 13 out, shots exchanged. Cloud9 not messing around here. It's a rumble, and now that double dash, there's nowhere to run from. That one's still Oxy. We'll respect it. Zephyr's going to be played in off the back of it, but Verdi was able to claim a kill regardless before he got the hell out. Still, his bodies are toppling here, and it's a strange place to have that engagement. Darker just trying to hold on to some of this ground. Plant going down.
It's a good plant position as well. Zephyr might struggle to extract himself from this spot, but Vic can play it in the post.
Drone might clear him unless somebody ends up breaking it. It's a tag. Gonna have to go back to Cliffside here, but these shots are rattled. That's one to the dome. Darker not going down as a result of it. Zephyr, 45 health now. And the Dream left in that 1v2, but still very much winnable. Just has to play his cards right. Spot like this, position here. Players are seen, but noted on both sides here. And listen, he's weak as anything. We'll go down to it. Dart up and overhead. Big reveal, sticking towards it. Dart was broken. One of those shots, time! It's half earned onto that defuse, so it's in their hands. Loud are able to just storm ahead.
Incredibly close from Zephyr. I'm wondering why Vic wasn't playing for the pull as well. Maybe he didn't have enough stars. But he chose to take that fight against KouNzine and felt the ghosts punching out around the map for both sides. And Romanelli got his gift. That's both pistols going the way of Loud. This was the half where Oxy took over on Haven. Yeah. He sat at the bottom of the scoreboard at the moment. Both duelists are, in fact. But they're going to need Oxy to come alive as soon as rifles are back on board for C9 to get back into this game.
Cloud9's game plan looks to be just to overwhelm.
Yeah, go for 5-person hits.
It's on the eco. See what they can get done. Maybe even a plant if they're lucky. Double dash in, fault line forwards. It is anarchy here towards the back, but Quivering and the Storm trying to hold it all the way down. Luke Show and Daka, they do their best. Daka might fall because of it, but Luke Show surely has bought enough time at this point. Oh my God, ew. Don't worry, that wasn't corn cam.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean, it feels horrible when you're the final player alive and that kind of thing happens. You know that
players
all
watching you. Oh,
yeah.
oh, I'm choking. I'm planking in clutch. Listen, he wasn't set up. He didn't really have a gun.
No.
Still.
Those ones, it's not like it was the most important round of all time, was it? But
and this is what I was talking about, though, Josh. Listen, 7-5 doesn't seem like much, but you win a pistol, you win a follow-up. Suddenly, 9-5 is what you're staring down, and Loud in that driving seat.
same 5-person group up from C9, but on the opposite side of the map. Zeppa's one away from getting his ult online. And this is, I mean, you can play this comp as a post-plant comp for C9. But Loud are always going to want to fight in front of it. Look at how much space Luke Shaw has got on the other side of the map. He full pushed out B. They know that this is a mad A hit.
Planning forwards. But he's got to try and get it done, but just evacuates. Doesn't want to play his life. That's a bit of a team flash.
Love the Loud breach.
It happens. I mean, listen, the breach has been pretty stellar.
It's a weird harbor wall coming through. It just segments two of the players.
Let's
push
him
deep.
into backside, though. That's the thing here. Loud can start to flood in.
I don't think Oxy Penny will let him in.
We'll see what they can do here. There's a lot of util that's going to be dropped down in there. Laps to Hunter's Fury as well to really help them out. They were in a pickle, they were in a bind, but Oxy, oh my, that is sharp, man. Sets him up to 124, whatever it might be. Phantom in hand, softened up the opposition. So Cloud9 not content with just sitting back here and getting ran over.
Zeppa was one away from his ult in this round, got it online, decided to use it. And now, because they fed so many kills into Oxy, Oxy's now one away from his ult. So they can play for an ult top again here.
Let's go!
And potentially Zelsis could set up a game plan around that duelist ultimate. So 5 players A main again. Once you get through Luke Show, if you get through Luke Show, there's a juicy ult orb sat right there.
To take a wide angle interceptor.
That is not going to stop an op baller.
No, still, that's a big reveal. Luke Show forced to respect it. Space rapidly taken. That fault line as well is picture perfect again. That stun towards the back, but Oxy forced to just refract back and away. Slow field. Making it awkward for the team to really get a foothold into this one. But Penny's got walkabouts. Lovely read. Popping up towards the top. That's a big reveal and a hinder on top of it. Oxy willing to go the extra mile for kills like this. They're relentless.
He didn't play for the ult orb at any point during this round. Instead, just going for the kill, getting it the Oxy way. But they were in so fast. C9 are playing at a much higher tempo than we saw from Loud.
This util as well is just overwhelming.
It's really difficult to stop. And it's going to be even more difficult with Oxy's ultimate online. Loud, do not fancy going down onto an eco. Vic trying to punish. They've got the money to hunt for these kills.
It's pretty essential that Loud hold on to them.
Absolutely.
They're all grouped up though, and Abyss, it's a big map.
But Loud are going to have to adjust something. You know, the utility is really good at being able to push the chamber away. And you don't... You know, we've been talking a lot about the initiators getting nerfed, right? And so, in theory, chamber's better because you've got less util. But that's over the course of a whole round. If you play fast like C9 are right now, it's only one cycle.
Yeah.
And they're using all of their util to harry Luke Shaw back. Tried to take kind of 3 different fights there. One close in A main, one on site, and then ran all the way back to spawn. All 3 times pushed out. And then eventually finished off by Penny. And it's the same again. C9, 5 grouped up. Why change a winning formula?
If it ain't broke.
Break it. Oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
I need a new co-caster. The drone's going to be clearing. Again, that due diligence, just in case Luke Shaw was playing there. Now we see it, ult popped off, but clearance off onto that one angle. Verti plays around it for a second, gets his team back in. With a pick like that, it could be much better. Oh, Verti's not stopping, not anytime soon. Vic steps up to the challenge anyway. Penny off by his side, dividing and slicing up most of the site in the process. They have brought it to that 3 versus 3.
Kawanzin already used his recon, so this plant's going to go down fairly uncontested here if Vic commits to it. And he might have waited too long.
Yeah, he was, I think, trying to pull out some of that util, but trying to hold this one down. What a shot by Lucio.
God, he's so good.
He got the headhunter to work with, and the shot's just going wide. Penny matters into his own hands. 4 kills for him on the round here. Cloud9 are now just trailing by 1.
They needed Penny to go wild in this. 14 and 10. Going up towards the top of the scoreboard, because this was a really nice read from Verti.
Down A.
That Waylay ultimate is almost always going to go towards Heaven.
Yeah.
And so he tucks on the opposite side of it, gets the punish. And it required something magical to come out from Penny. And Cloud9 keep the win streak going. That's 3 in a round, and it's forced out attack timeout from Loud. They need an adjustment. At this point, it's very clear that what they're doing cannot stop these big 5-person hits onto sites.
I mean, even when Verdi is getting the best possible opener, taking out Oxy,
Yeah.
just pulling his way back into the site, still not enough. It's understandable to be taking this tack pause.
Well, there are a lot of different options here. I mean, Loud could be hard pushing out the other side of the map.
Yeah.
You know, Verti could be, instead of trying to hold the A site with Lucio. But I mean, even if you are holding the A site with Lucio, in theory, you can do a lot of ping-ponging with these 2 untradeable agents. You know, you set up Lucio on the first angle, he TP's back, he plays in Verti for a flash peek. But this rolling wave of C9 utility is very difficult to play into. And playing it for retake on Haven simply did not work. Because C9's post-plants are really aggro. They're looking to push into Heaven. We've seen those additional layers here on A. Once they take the A site, drone goes into Heaven, Oxy's pushing. You have to deal with extra layers of breach util. It's tough.
Yeah. Scoreline deceptive here as well. Louder feeling that heat. Need to look closer than it is because of the result of the pistol rounds here. Cloud9. Pressure on.
First time that we've not seen all 5 from C9 in the same spot.
Evolution. Drone. Verdi just disrespecting. Looking to hold it down, but that is a gate crash that's going to be working its way out. What a shot, still overstaying himself. Really feeling like they need to fight over A main control.
Yeah, they forced out of that. All of that utility has been forced before Cloud9 get to the A site. But they just walk in.
They just walk in, disrespecting it.
I don't know that Kawanzin has the read on this either. Maybe they do.
Deep wall.
The wall from Pancada indicates that they might have some idea.
Lucio's holding it as well, with that tour de force surely. You've got to think that he's got it, yes. Slowfield makes it even more awkward for Zelsis. No attempt of a follow-up. Any semblance of a trade. And yeah, watch 4 up into Heaven. Good time to fight back here. Drone in your face, tagged up, running and gunning. You can do not much from that spot here. So Loud make a good adjustment, in my opinion. I was a bit worried for Verdi. It felt like he was at the beginning of the the rounds really overplaying, overstaying almost, but
he did have backup in this spot from Kawanzin as well.
And it forces him to use a lot more util.
Yeah, and I think
otherwise would have been.
Even if Verti just goes, one-on-one in that spot, all of the utility that would have been used for a big site exec is getting bled out early on, just to get through that smoke.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice because now Loud could even put that smoke down and not have as much threat behind it. And C9 are going to be forced to respect it. They're going to answer immediately with their own tack timeout, which I think indicates that there's something serious strategic adjustment that IMI wants to make coming out the back of this. They had their opening game plan. That got them 3 big rounds, 15, 16, 17. They're back in the game now, C9 only trailing by 2.
Yeah.
But they still need to make an adjustment. It is still Loud in the lead.
And IMI has been quite content, I think, to let Cloud9 just run the course, I guess, even when they're down and out with rounds. He was talking about it in the interview, just saying that that's one of the benefits, I think, of, as much as that we've been joking around about them being the Nepo team, with just, getting the friends in and involved. That's getting aggressive. No, there are advantages towards it, which is,
Hashtag punt that penguin. Yeah, no, there are advantages to
being friendly.
Yeah, I think if you're good friends with each other, like the C9 team clearly are, it is way easier to give critical feedback and be harsh and still know that it comes from a good place.
Sure.
The less that you're friends with people, the more that you're just professional colleagues.
Yes. You don't really want to hurt their feelings too much.
When I give you feedback, you know it comes from a place of hatred.
That's true. Yeah, very true. Should I be more concerned that you don't give me feedback?
I can't fix you.
Okay, I mean, safely conditioned though. You can see it, what you were talking about. Loud can place down a star, not really put too much else behind it, but the threat is there.
Yeah, and it actually allows both of these agents to go for the double walk down mid and take pressure in that direction instead.
Big tag, Oxy wants to try and send it now. Smoke blossoms up towards heaven.
That's nice from Oxy, using his dash there to both clear A main and still get into sight. Multi-purpose.
Gets him down for the plan at least, but that's going to be the stun, offloaded alongside our Hunter's Fury. Collection of kills perhaps for them. 3 bursts of it, 2 players damaged down, just the 80.
Really close, but no plant committed for C9. They couldn't get that down, so this is not a post-plant scenario. Loud continue to apply pressure to deny.
The next wave of things here. It's ult popped off onto either side. Cosmic Divide, Dimensional Drift looking to clear most of the way. Zelsis knows that there's players perhaps encroaching upon that territory, going for it. That's a crazy swing. Just traded out. They know that there's players onto the flank. It's Cloud9's job now. No hesitation. They push forwards. They realize they've got to lay claim to most of this space where the flank is compromised. They do so with glee, but the spike is not planted for them. Job's not finished here, but players are just wading right out into the open. As the smokes fade away, Penny is just dominating, decimating the opposition. Luke Show trying to run rings around them now. It's just one player though, one man, what can he do? Tap, forcing out a util up towards the rope. Penny locks in, hones in on the angle.
Penny looks so comfortable in these aggressive post plants. He's running rings around Loud. Went for the full jump around the spawn cliff area as the Cosmic Divide was up, so it masked even the small sounds of his jump. And gets a backstab onto Kawanzin. I mean, really beautifully played. It is still Lucio who's top of the scoreboard. It is still Loud who are in the lead, but this is an eco round for them, and C9 knocking on the door of making this one level, and I think they look like the team that has a better chance of closing it out so far.
Trip, and they've got that abundance of util. Carves out a path.
It's still a 5-person hit from C9. It's just on the other side of the map, as Loud put all of their resources on the eco to fighting in A main. Great read from Zelsis.
Birdie, the only player really to be dangerous. He's got a Guardian in his hand. The rest of his team working with really just the pistols. Blind in your face. This is getting awkward. And now Rolling Thunder. It's feeling a bit dicey. That's going to relieve some of the pressure for these Cloud9 players up onto the site. Especially when they've lost a few players in these trades. Okay, eventually toppling and going away of Cloud9. It's Vic locking this one down. Oxy twisting and turning, looking for the appropriate sight lines and angles. And Pancada, no choice but to just give his life away to the spike here. Doesn't want to feed the beast, and the ultimates keep them moving.
Yeah, C9's comp looks really dangerous when the ults are online, so you want to try to minimize that as much as you possibly can. Loud, despite double pistol, have lost their grip here on Abyss.
It's 10 to 10.
The game plan of going for that smoke and bits of aggression over towards A main is still good. Very precise kill there from Vic too. He's not afraid to take fights, even though he's on Astra in the post plants here.
He's really holding his own.
And C9 never heard of a default.
Nope.
We go into a B exec off barrier drop, just like the previous round.
Expectations are heavy now onto Luke's show. Drone, he hears it, double dash forwards onto Oxy! What is that? Up towards the high ground! No one watching for it. Luke's show has got free reign at the site, and with that high tide, ripped his way across. Buying space. Availability for the rest allowed to get involved into the action. Stalemate. Called for shock darts raining down in through the back, and a fight to be taken off the back of that flash. Vic sidestepping, but from on high, Verti is willing to seal it up.
Luxio's setup could not have got them more value there. Finds the opener, TP's back on the high ground, and there's a little snack running around on the floor. Gobbles it up for 26 kills. That's a great opening kill. And yeah, Penny's going to investigate the scene of the crime.
Not a clue.
Swats him down. Now, if I'm Celsius, I'm just going back to A because that's what was working. But here we go, spread out a little bit more, making the strategic adjustment. And this is where you might expect Imi to burn his final tack time out as well. I think if this goes wrong, and Loud are up to 12, that's where Imi will have another word. Drone and a pullback smoke to try to clear A main. Luxio's operated the tour de force out on B, allowing them to triple stack this A site.
Ready to hold it back. Cloud had the right adjustments towards it. Now it's a Hunter's Fury alongside that pole line. This time Oxy not giving up his life. Did get revealed. Straight through the box. There's bullets though raining down and he's got a sidestep dodge. Oh, there's Util that's going his way. Ultimate going onto the wayside, and Vic, in the midst of all of that chaos, made it feel like the hit.
Yeah, and this is the conditioning. C9 have been 5-person grouping every single round. Pancada doesn't think he needs to be worried too much about a lurker, and Vic picks him off in mid. And now, have not seen it for the whole of this half, but C9 slow things down, cut noise.
Making Loud stew in a position like this. A lot of damage to the Darker. Playing at close quarters here. Blind up and over towards the top here. Saturated alongside of it as that smoke dissipates the recall. Still, it's ground gained. Oxy is the one to lead the charge for his team. Sidestepping, but does he expect it? Not quite. Oxy jumping around like the A site. It's a jungle gym. Luxio left to do it again. All on his lonesome in a 1v3. Head barely spotted, but just missing that chance. Cloud9 draw it level.
Loud had the right read that was going back into an A re-hit. But Oxy was too much for them. On the entry, takes down Darker and Cowanzine. Up and over the top of Verti. And just as he was doing on Haven, starts to activate even more the deeper they get into the attack side. Now he's got his ult online. I wonder what Pancada's looking to do defensively with his Harbor ultimate as well. The Reckoning's on the attack side were just to take Heaven control. 11-11, they better have some good plans.
Down against the back's wall, making it feel like it is that A split.
Oh, look at this potential for an Oxy ult here as well.
Here it is, yeah. Drop down the path and see what you can gain. Hops into the back of the site. Will let his team take ground forwards. Penny is relentless. Running them down while gunning. Heaven still an open sight line. Attention was diverted. Loud are still able to potentially hold on to this when it just comes down to the gunfights. And are they expecting it? Are they expecting it? Not at all! Vic shuts it down all the way into their spawn. There's plenty more where that came from.
That was lovely, precise tapping aim from Vic there. Deep into spawn. C9 so confident and willing to push. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to be Oxy, right? We've seen Penny do it many times. Here, Vic decides to go deep as well. Celsius couldn't quite get the spike, crossed through Heaven. And instead of fighting the more obvious fight, to let the spike in, C9 are a step ahead and catch Loud off guard to get up to match point. Luxio, unfortunately, in the last 2 rounds that have mattered, has just been on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah.
This is the guy that's been doing the most for Loud, and he hasn't been even offered an opportunity to play the game. He's got 27 kills, but if they can't activate him, what does it matter?
Cloud9 are on the precipice. Up to 12, one more round will do it. Loud are just trying to drag it to OT. Exactly right.
C9 have been winning the vast majority of these attack side rounds on the A side. I think you've got to get Luxio over to A.
I'm getting out, guys, get out! Oh my god!
I mean, they said the vibes were good on C9. They're still not putting Luxio, this time Luxio and Verti, both on B, making a hard read that Celsius is going to switch things up.
Moving a bit differently here.
Yeah, this is super different.
Cosmic Divide.
A fake into a mid-push.
Safe plan, but Hams Oxy commits to it. He didn't have to worry about the sidelines and the bullet traces. He can follow them and lead it all the way home.
This was supposed to be the fake.
2 wrapped out. Oxy wasn't supposed to get all this done. Pancada finally shuts him down, but look at the space it's opened up.
Celsius has bent their brains in the final round here. Luxio full pushed out B. Thought for sure they were committing A. Runs straight into Penny, and the spike is planted on the opposite side of the map. Pancada's brain rattling around inside his skull, trying to make sense of what is going on here.
2v4 forward, and they have no real information. It's dimensional. Drift is going to have to really use this one. Clear most of the way. Give them peace of mind, but you need more where that's from. It's going to be fading away. Gives them access towards the back of the side again, but there are so many layers to remove here. Peel back away from Cloud9 for them. It's an inevitability. They've locked this one down. The spike is ticking. Time pressure mounting. Smokes in your face. A tap to pull out. The pull, but it matters not. It's the IGL Zelsis sealing it up and closing down shop. 13-11 for their opening match of 2026.
Not only is that a great 2-0 for Cloud9 to get, avoiding one of those 3 strikes that you can take across kickoff, but it's also, I think, a great showcase of Zelsis IGLing on the attack sides. The attack sides on both of the maps looked really nice. Imi clearly had a lot of faith in where the team was going as well.
Yeah.
Not calling too many of the timeouts, and even on the first map saying that after they lost 5 in a row, he was still pretty content with the energy and the way that things were being communicated inside C9. And Loud, kind of more of the same of what we saw last year. Close games that they could have won. But yet to really get across the line, they'll have many more chances, though, throughout kickoff.
Yeah. The energy, though, is high here for Cloud9. Wonderful beginning for them.
What do you think the odds are on Zelsis shilling the bundle?
I mean, it feels very 2023.
Oh, really? You're going to go at him like that? That's crazy.
I mean, listen, he could do it. He could.
Oh, he
I'm not going to stop
will
him.
be.
I'm not going to stop him. Listen, more money for us? Yeah, sure.
Well, you're getting a cut, are you?
Well, I wish, mate. I wish. Not the case.
It's a great opener there for Cloud9. They even managed to go up against a Luxio who was on fire. I mean, you're watching him here. What did he end on, 27?
Unbelievable.
He almost dropped a 30 bomb. If they'd gone more towards his area of the map towards the end, I think he certainly would have done. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the game plans coming out, the execution, and also the it's not necessarily adjustments, but just knowing when to keep hammering the same idea because your opponents can't stop it.
And even just adding the little twists and turns on the same idea, making it feel like the same execution, the same 5 hits, but that one round, Vic was lurking, they run in the fakes.
Yeah, the fake in the final round was beautiful as well. Yeah, really nice stuff.
Just depth of the map pool, really, that Cloud9 have showcased.
A lot of potential doubts about this team as well, because they're one of the only squads in Americas that hasn't made an